On a sunny day in a quiet forest, a cunning fox and a graceful stork found themselves in a peculiar situation. They had been friends for a long time, but now something stirred between them. The fox had invited the stork to dinner, and the stork was excited to see what her friend had prepared. Little did she know that this meal would teach them both an important lesson about kindness and respect. A fox and a stork's dinner invitation. One bright morning, the fox invited the stork to his cozy den. "I have prepared a wonderful meal for us," he said with a sly smile. The stork was delighted and accepted the invitation without hesitation. "I can't wait to taste your food," she replied, her heart full of joy. When the stork arrived at the fox's den, she found the table set with delicious food. However, the plates were very shallow. The fox was ready to enjoy a tasty meal, but the stork quickly realized she could not eat from the plates. Her long beak could not reach the food. The fox saw her struggle and laughed. "Come on, stork, just use your tongue. The food is delightful." The stork felt embarrassed and a bit angry, but she kept her calm. She tried to eat, but it was impossible. After struggling for some time, she decided to wait patiently until dinner was over. Finally, the stork finished her visit and returned home, feeling frustrated but not defeated. "I will show him kindness, even if he does not show it to me," she thought. Soon she decided to invite the fox for dinner at her place. An invitation with a twist. The stork invited the fox to her home in a nearby meadow. "I would like to make dinner for you," she said sweetly. The fox felt excited and quickly accepted the invitation, not knowing the surprise that awaited him. On the day of the dinner, the stork prepared a wonderful feast of fish and fresh vegetables. The table was set with tall, deep plates, perfect for her long beak. When the fox arrived, he sniffed the air, and his mouth watered at the delicious smell. As they sat down to eat, the stork happily dipped her beak into the deep plates, enjoying her meal. The fox, however, suddenly found himself in trouble. He tried to eat, but his short snout couldn't reach the food in the deep plates. He looked at the stork with surprise. The stork smiled and said, "Maybe you should try a bit harder, my friend. Fish is delightful, isn't it?" The fox felt ashamed and realized what he had done during their last dinner. The stork had planned this dinner to teach the fox a lesson about kindness. Learning a lesson. As the fox watched the stork enjoying her meal, he felt a wave of understanding wash over him. It was not just about the food. It was about treating friends with respect and kindness. He realized how his actions had hurt the stork during their last dinner. With a heavy heart, the fox said, "I am sorry, dear stork. I should have been kinder to you. This meal has taught me an important lesson about friendship." The stork nodded, happy to hear the fox's sincere words. From that day on, the fox and the stork treated each other with respect. Whenever they invited each other for dinner, they ensured the food was suitable for both. They shared many meals, laughter, and friendship. The moral of the story. The story of the fox and the stork teaches us that kindness is vital in friendship. What we do to others often comes back to us. If we treat our friends well, they will respond in kind. But if we mistreat them, we may find ourselves on the receiving end of that same behavior. It's essential to think about how our actions affect those around us. Just like the fox learned, Being thoughtful and caring creates stronger bonds between friends. The stork showed that a little kindness can teach big lessons. So next time, remember, what we plant in the hearts of others, we will eventually reap. Kindness is a seed from which wonderful friendships grow. This moral is one we can all carry with us throughout our lives. Have you ever had an experience where a small act of kindness made a big difference in your life? I'd love to hear about it.